What's up, y'all? Entropy here. Welcome back to Freeport Tech Dynasty, week 7 of season 4. We're up to number 3 in the country after an absolutely incredible win on the road against Florida. Maybe the craziest game of the series so far. Probably not the craziest on my channel. If you remember from the old Dominion series, there was the 7 overtime thriller against 6 or 7 overtime thriller against Wake Forest. That one may be still the craziest, but I would say the game we just had against Florida is probably the craziest in this series, and it was an incredible win, hard fought all around, and lots of things are happening around the country, including on the Heisman watch list. After his 5 touchdown performance, Huss Haney has jumped back up to second in the race. I guess this is something we'll have to kind of check every week. I haven't really been looking at it just because I haven't really thought to, but if he's going to be in the rankings, we might as well check it. So Cliff Honeywell, the quarterback from LSU, is currently number 1, and then behind Haney is Leo Hannon, Boise State's quarterback, and then Weston Bryan, Clemson's quarterback, and a wide receiver from SMU, Brandon Likely, which is interesting. Not very often you see a receiver in the Heisman race, so that's going to be a fun storyline to keep track of this season. And then on the recruiting trail, quite a few things are happening as well. So Felix Harden, we do finally know what his hard sell is. It literally took all the way until now to get it pinned, but no one else has offered him a scholarship. I kept waiting for Ohio State to jump in this race with their Tier 3 pipeline to Missouri, but they just haven't bothered with them. They must have another quarterback in this class or something. So that's kind of interesting. But we do also have, actually, I'll show the visits first because we do have a couple new visits. So Siaki Tualo, the 5-star gem running back, is set to visit week 9, which is the bye week. And I know that I do not typically want to get guys in on bye weeks. However, his deal breaker is playing time. We have an A+ for it, so that will give us a pretty decent boost. He also is somewhat close to his top 3. He may reach his top 3 by the time week 9 comes, and that might set us up to where a bye week visit will be enough of a boost. Now, Miami and Penn State are obviously going to be teams to keep an eye on. Miami in particular, just because of the Tier 5 pipeline, although Penn State's is Tier 4, so they're not exactly lagging behind. So I'm still nervous about this, but I wanted to get him in sooner than Trevor Stumpf, the other running back who we have set to visit week 10 now, which is the game against Kansas, I believe. And he's just a little further behind in his recruitment. As you can see, Tualo getting close to his top 3. Stumpf's still quite a ways off from his top 3. So we're going to have him come in week 10 and just hope that Syracuse, Auburn, Miami, or Oregon really, don't chase us down for him. We're leading for both of them at the moment. And then along with Trevor Stumpf, we will have 5-star tackle Theo Johnson visiting week 10. So that will give us a nice complimentary visit boost, which is cool. The 6'8", 323 high schooler from New Jersey, not Penn State, but Penn State, weirdly enough, not going after him. A Tier 5 pipeline. We're fighting against other teams with no pipeline to New Jersey, so I'm feeling okay about this recruitment, but anything can happen. BYU, Oklahoma State could get a week 9 visit and upset the number 1 team in the country, and then all of a sudden we're losing him to them. So recruiting can change in an instant, so I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, but it's nice to know that we are leading for these 3 guys who are 3 of our top targets on the board. And then we also have, of course, this week is a huge visit week. We have wide receiver Kurt Fedorowicz, who's very close to his top 3. We probably need this visit to go well if we're going to land him, given our competition for him. Jimmy Ruiz, the 4-star gem defensive tackle. As you can see, we're very fortunate that we're even still in this race. A recruiting battle is probably going to trigger with Oklahoma, so then I don't know if we're going to be able to actually get a commitment or not by the time Texas gets their visit in. But as long as Texas isn't in that recruiting battle, we should be okay. So I'm feeling all right about this one, even though Oklahoma did just pass us because their visit is week 12. And then, of course, the 2 5-star safeties, John Merrill, who's close to his top 3, and William Byard, who Pitt has jumped in the mix now, getting him in for a visit. Whoops. And so because of that, I still don't actually know what his hard sell is. It's one of two, but I am taking a guess that it's this one because I want to try and close this recruitment out basically in the next 2 weeks, if possible. I don't know what the likelihood of that is. His bar is not moving much, but granted, part of that is we have been sending the house. We haven't been hard selling because we haven't known what his hard sell is. So if this hard sell is wrong, we might be screwed. If the hard sell is correct, we will hopefully get a nice boost if we win this week. He does have the complimentary visit with Merrill because they're both safeties, so that's going to help us a little bit. But this one's going to get dicey for sure with that Pitt visit looming on the horizon. The only thing we have going for us is that no one has a better pipeline tier than 2 that we're going against. Weirdly enough, Michigan not in this race. So that is going to be one to really watch for sure. As for the rest of the board, we already talked about Harden. We talked about Fedorowicz. Joseph Washington, we are bowing out of this race completely. As you can see, Oregon has really good grades and their Tier 5 pipeline. We have really good grades for his hard sell, which apparently aren't helping enough. Their Tier 5 pipeline, I assume, is doing some work here. And despite their late visit, they're going to get a commitment from him this week. So he is going to not be a guy we were going after anymore. Theo Johnson, we talked about. I had 10 extra hours, so I just threw him at Brad McNeil because why not? The 5-star bust athlete center. A very fascinating prospect that no one's really going after because he's a bust, I assume. So I had 10 extra hours, so I just threw him there. James Couch, we just got a commitment from, which is great. Always nice to get an edge rusher, and we already talked about him. I put 50 hours into Connor Hopper, the Mike linebacker. Mike is sneakily kind of a position we could use, even though we have a lot of linebackers. Like if you look at our outside linebacker depth chart, Ostergaard, Kellogg, McClure, that's a solid 3. And then at the will spot, we got Carrion, Kafka, and Douglas is just a depth guy. And then at Mike, we got Kennedy, Corcoran, and Merrick, 3 guys that have seen the field in varying degrees. So linebacker's sneakily kind of a position we kind of need to address here. And fortunately, Hopper we're the only school that has offered him a scholarship to this point. And we've just kind of slowly been gaining influence with him, which is great. So he's not like an incredible athlete. He is a 4-star player, top 150 kid, which is cool. Not particularly fast, but I like that he's a lurker. I feel like our linebackers generally drop into coverage more than anything else. So I think that's the kind of guy I would like to have at the Mike spot specifically. And then he's, got good attributes. 89 acceleration is really nice. 79 strength is not bad at all for a linebacker. 78 tackle, 73 hit power, 85 pursuit. Man coverage isn't great, but zone coverage is a 77. So, and 70 awareness already. He looked good. He looked good. 6'2", 221, nice build. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he looks interesting. So we're going to put 50 hours into him moving forward. Hopefully this race will continue the way it has, where no one is really trying for him. So that would be nice. And then, of course, Devontae Arma, the newest add to the board, the cornerback that we found, the 4-star gem, who, again, we were like in 3rd place for, and I had never scouted him because we were prioritizing Chauncey Jew instead, who's off our board now. So it'd be great if we could get him. It's nice that we passed NC State already. They have the pipeline advantage over us, and if LSU, Clemson, Ohio State get involved, we could be in trouble. But I want this dude really badly. We need an elite corner. He looks like he could be that with his incredible physical attributes, his athleticism attributes, I should say, speed, acceleration, change of direction, all that. And his man and zone aren't bad at all to start with. Tackling is solid as well. So, yeah, I want Arma really badly. He's going to be one of the top targets on our board moving forward. And then, of course, the 2 safeties we already talked about. So that is the recruiting board for now. Obviously, this is a huge visit week, so hopefully we put on a good performance. Huge visit week seems like a great opportunity to break out the alternate uniforms. This thing will surely get the attention of the visiting recruits. It's a sharp look, so this is what we'll be rocking against the Utes. Here we are, back in Freeport, Texas, after hitting the road, I believe, the last 2 weeks. 13-mile-an-hour winds ripping through the stadium, and we're starting with the ball. Tavares James, the chance to return the opening kickoff, and not really anywhere for him to go, only gets to the 19. yard line. And here comes Heisman hopeful Haas Haney coming off a 5-touchdown performance in the swamp. Looking to keep that momentum going this week. Duke Clark getting us started this week and getting us started in a huge way. What a move! And gets down to our 41-yard line. A 22-yard rush to start this game. Christian Clark in the game now. Bounces this one outside. Manages 3. Christian Clark again. A huge hole opens up for him. Oh, what a move! Look at the cut to the outside. And Christian Clark's gonna go. Touchdown. Marlins. This dude is absolutely unreal. That's like a Blake Corum level cut right there. To get all the way to the outside around all those defenders and get free for the touchdown. What a run, man. This dude is so dang good. And Terrell does knock it through to make it a 7-0 ball game. What a start for the offense. Oh, that play's not going anywhere. They start off with a run, and Ostergaard and Carrion just blew it up. I wasn't really ready for that snap, but Carrion does fight off the block, and the running back manages 6, makes it 3rd and more manageable. Quarterback drops back, quick throw, and Kwamari Shemwell makes the tackle. 3 and out for Utah, and the defense with a huge stop already. Little RPO, flip over to Vea, and he gets 8. Keeper for Haney on the option play, and it gets dropped for a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 4. On Glass. Glass has it. Tristan Glass hangs on through the contact, and it's a 3rd down conversion. Play action. I want Vea over the middle. Does he hang on? He does. Another catch for Vea, and it's another 1st down. Doesn't look like Utah's got any safeties back. We're going to throw one up to Glass in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Knocked away. Richard Clark gets a carry. Bounces it outside. Oh, what the crap was that? He kind of got stuck. And it doesn't get much, only gets 2. It'll be 3rd and 8. Trying to get that to Bethel Roman, and it's knocked out, incomplete, and we're going to have to settle for the field goal. Terrell from 49 yards needs some help from the wind, and he gets it. Field goal good, 10-0 Freeport Tech. I was very worried that was going to stay out there, but the wind helped us out. Short throw, and it's caught for a 1st down. Hand up to the running back, not going to go anywhere. Viliami Queen, and I believe that was Taj Carrion combined on that tackle. Short throw to the left side. Marquez Vick makes him, or knocks him out of bounds short of the line and gain. It'll be 3rd and 2. Going to be a handoff, and it's not going anywhere. The 2 edges, Viliami Queen and Derek Simmons, just got through immediately, and Utah's going to have to punt it again. Play action. Oh, no, I didn't see that guy. I threw it right to him. He was just sitting in no man's land, and he was right where I was trying to throw that ball. That might be one of the easiest interceptions I've thrown all season. Gosh dang it. Thanks to that boneheaded decision, Utah has fantastic starting field position here to start this drive, and they're going to try and make it hurt immediately, but overthrown by the quarterback. Falls incomplete. Dump off, and Kennedy makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 8. Start of the 2nd quarter, 3rd and long for Utah, trying not to come up empty after the turnover. Throws it into the end zone. Intercepted! Paul Freeney makes the play. Cuts right in front of the ball, and it's a huge turnover forced by the defense right back. This dude just makes plays, man. Paul Freeney, what a player. Just, man, oh man, we needed that so badly. Utah was about to cut it back to a 1-score game, and Freeney jumps the route beautifully. What a play. Christian Clark gets the carry, only gets 3. Utah just loading up the middle of the line. We're going to try and go outside and run around them. Oh, and Clark nearly broke that one too, but he's brought down from behind. It'll be 3rd and 1. Haney going to try and do it himself on 3rd and 1, and he gets the job done. 1st down, Freeport Tech. Duke Clark with the carry here. Duke Clark with the burst. Duke Clark with the 1st down and more. down to Utah's 45-yard line. Oh boy, blitz came in. Haney evades, and he's just going to run this. Lots of running room ahead of him. Vea with a block. LeCount with a block. Haney finally forced out of bounds at the 10-yard line, but what a run from the extremely athletic quarterback, just making something out of nothing. Boy, who was the running back on that play? I think it was Christian Clark. He did a great job picking up that blitz, too. Clark with the carry. Oh, I tried to get... I got stuck on my own blocker. Get about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. Technically not an and goal situation, but I don't know how likely it is we'll be able to actually get the first down without getting in the end zone. Christian Glass makes the catch, and just as I said that, he gets the first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Come on, O-line. Let's punch this thing in. Duke Clark with the carry and the touchdown. Freeport Tech gets their 2nd touchdown of the game, and is an extra point away from making this a 3-possession game here in the mid stages of the 2nd quarter. Great push from the O-line up front, and Duke Clark just did the rest. Terrell on the field. Knocks it through. 17-0 Marlins. Quick throw, caught, and it's going to be 5 yards. Handoff right up the middle for the running back, and that is stopped. I believe that's Corbin Ostergaard on the tackle. I couldn't quite tell, but it's going to be 3rd and 3. Send a blitz. Can we get it home? Not really. Oh my gosh, that should have been intercepted. I think that was Marquez Vick in coverage. But a poor throw from the quarterback, and they're going to have to punt it again. They are struggling on offense right now. That's Roman to return this one. Gets to about midfield. Play action. I'm going to trust Watkins has the speed to get out there. And he does! Jelani Watkins is gone! Touchdown in one play for Freeport Tech. Haas Haney stood tall in the pocket. They sent like 6 rushers on that one. I had to throw that a little bit early. I had to trust that Jelani was going to get free from his man, and he did with ease. He is so incredibly fast. He scored on a very similar play, I think against Florida, if my memory serves me correctly. It may have been the previous game, actually. But, yeah, Jelani Watkins, what a star. Utah finds themselves in an even bigger hole here. Can they find anything on offense? And that one was nearly batted and intercepted. Ray Pepper made a nice play coming off his man to knock that down. It's going to be a run play to the outside, and Paul Freeney comes down and makes the tackle for a loss of 1. Can't seem to find anybody and just missed his receiver again. This quarterback he's a junior apparently. He's 5'10", and he's just missing throws today, man. They can't get anything going. And they're going to have to punt it again with just over 2 minutes left. Ethel Roman, another chance to return a punt here. Oh, what a move. Oh, couldn't quite get to the edge. But we are out to our 49-yard line already to start this drive. So time's not even really going to be a concern for us. Christian Clark on the carry. Oh, breaks the tackle. Breaking more tackles. Fighting ahead and gets the first down. And that's just going to bring us to the 2-minute timeout. Man, oh man, this game has just been... I mean, Utah's not a good team. They're 2-4 on the season. They're 0-3, I think, in conference play. So I shouldn't even be like that surprised at how this game's been going. But still, I mean, I guess I just think of Utah as a good team. So I'm shocked that this game has gone the way it has. But, yeah, everything's been coming up Freeport. We got Vea just on a little drag. And he's going to get pushed out of bounds just shy of the first down line. Play action to Duke. Oh boy, pass rush got in there. Chester Elias makes himself available, and it's a first down. Duke Clark with the carry here. Duke Clark with the burst. Great running lane for him to run through, and he gets injured on the play. Oh no. I mean, he looks okay to me. Hopefully that isn't serious. Losing him would be such a downer for the team, man. He's been so good this season. He's been so good since he got here, really. I mean, he's been an incredible player for us. That brings true freshman Taj Bobo in the game. I guess Christian Clark needs a breather. He's been very good for us in this game so far. Bobo only manages 1 yard on his first carry. I thought about just running that with Haney. Oh, dude, why'd you run to the end zone? Oh my gosh, he caught it anyway. Christian Glass. He just ran a little hitch route, and I saw him really late in the play. open, and he just ran kind of deeper into the end zone, and I thought for sure that was going to be a pick. But Tristan Glass, with the strong hands, just reaches out and snags it from the defender, and it's another touchdown. Some days everything's just going to go your way, I guess. I mean, that probably should have been intercepted. We'll see how aggressive Utah decides to be here. They start with a hard sell on the play action, and Addison missed the tackle. Kalolo Ta'aga got hurt twice on the same play. That's too bad for him. Quick throw over the middle. It is caught, and it is very close to a first down. Underneath, caught. First down for Utah, and they call their second timeout of the half. Underneath again, caught. They're just taking what we're giving them, which is basically everything underneath. There's no reason for us to try and be aggressive and give up a big play here. Under a minute now. Utah will start with the ball in the second half as well, so they're undoubtedly going to try and get some momentum they can carry into the first drive of the second half. Get out of bounds there. Ooh, quarterback hit as he threw it. It falls incomplete. Underneath again. Kennedy and corner combine on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 5. Not using a timeout here either, which is kind of interesting. Jeez, Pete, a lot of time has run off the clock. There's under 15 seconds. 10 seconds now. 3rd and 5 for Utah. They're just going to try and settle for the field goal here. They are going to get the first down, so I got to imagine they're not using their timeout for some reason. Okay, they do finally. With 2 seconds left. So, yeah, they're just settling for the field goal, and they're going to try and come up not empty on the on the entire first half. This is going to be a pretty long field goal. What is it, about 49-yarder? And the kick is up, fading right, but it is good. Gets through the uprights. Utah avoids the shutout in the first half, and we'll start with the ball in the second half, so they'll try and carry some momentum. But we look like the number 3 team in the country right now. There's no doubt about that. I mean, gosh dang, we're just dominating this game. Start of the second half, Utah with the ball. Going to try and, again, keep some momentum going, and they do get a first down on the first play, so they're off to a good start. Handoff, Xavier Kennedy throws him to the ground, but it's a gain of 5. Play action. Quarterback under duress, going to throw it. Should have been intercepted. Xavier Kennedy got his hands on it and just couldn't reel it in. Gosh dang, dude, you got to catch those. Just a quick throw, and we couldn't stop that one. Ricky Ahumarezi gets the catch. What a name that is. As Zach Lawrence apparently eclipsed 2,000 passing yards on the season. Good for him. Screen play. Simmons couldn't get him from behind. And it's going to be a nice play for Utah down to our 34-yard line. Their offense has certainly found something. They're starting to move the ball. Underneath, caught. Kennedy couldn't bring him down. It ends up being a 7-yard gain. Quick throw, and it's caught. Jeez, Pete, that was they're rifling off some insanely quick throws on this drive. Under duress, gonna go down. Xavier Kennedy and Chris Foreman both get there. Order 66 finally wreaking some havoc, and they lose 8 yards. Finally, the defense makes a play on this drive. Short little throw, and he gets kind of thrown forward by Addison, and it'll make it a 3rd and 6, a much more manageable spot now. Over the middle, caught again, down to the 4-yard line. Utah undoubtedly going to run it here, and he is going to get in. I really didn't think he got there, but they're going to give him the touchdown. So Utah goes 2 for 2 on their last 2 drives, getting a field goal and a touchdown. Trayvon Rankin, the running back, punches it in. As long as the offense keeps doing what they've been doing all day, this is not concerning, but it's a little annoying, I'll be honest. Christian Clark gets us started, and they were all over that play, only gets 1. Keeper for Haney. Nice burst to at least get 5. I mean, that play didn't look like it was going to get much, and he did well to get what he did. Trying to get that to Vea. He caught it initially, but it's knocked out, and the offense goes 3 and out on the first drive of the second half. That's too dang bad, man. Jet sweep. Are you kidding? Absolutely not. There is not a chance he would break that tackle from Derek Simmons. You can't be serious with that. Oh, and he's going to go down there. Emmett corner. The defensive tackle gets home, and it leaves Utah with a 3rd and 16. Quarterback just going to throw it well short of the line to gain, and it's going to be a 4th down. Utah's going to have to punt it. The defense finally extinguishes this red-hot offense. With Roman on the return, is going to take this up the sideline. Gets to our 41-yard line with 27 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Oh, nowhere to go, and Haney's going to go down. Loses 10 on the sack. That's about the last thing we wanted. Gosh dang it. Start of the 4th quarter. We still have a comfortable 21-point lead, but I'm annoyed that we just gave up that sack. And then we only get 1 yard on the next play, so it's going to be 3rd and 19. He's going to chuck this up to Glass, because why not? He's 6'4" and brings these down. And that time he does not. It's knocked away. And it's going to bring up 4th and 19. We're going to have to punt it again. And as long as I don't score too quickly, we should still be okay. But I'm starting to get nervous about how they've turned it up defensively. Quick slant, caught, 7 yards. Over the middle, caught again. 1st down, Utah. Quarterback under duress. Gonna go down. Viliami Queen gets home, and it's a loss of 7 for Utah. A sack for the true freshman. Just a little dump off to the tight end. Marquez Vick comes down and does make the tackle. Did he just hit the too small? I think Vic did the too small after tackling it, which is hilarious because that was a tight end. Just a little swing pass to the running back. That isn't going to go anywhere. They only get 1 yard back. It's going to bring up 4th and 15, and they're obviously going for it. Just going to throw it to the tight end. It's knocked away, incomplete. He was double covered. I don't know why that was the receiver he decided to throw it to, but it's going to be a turnover on downs. Speed option, pitch over to Bobo. Good block from the tackle, and Bobo... his running style is a little bit weird. It seems like he takes a while to get going. I wonder if his acceleration's just not very good. Christian Clark still not in the game. It's Tyrese, I forgot his first name, but Griggs, who's been on our roster since the first season, and he doesn't get much. And he's just going to take off and run this himself for the 1st down and get down before he takes a hit. Clark does not get much, and Evan Parker gets injured. That's not what you want to see. He's been a very good offensive lineman for us, and seeing him go down is one of the worst things we could see. We've taken a bit of a beating today with Duke Clark still having not been on the field. Christian Clark's been subbing himself out, and now this. Another keeper for Haney, and I don't know what Utah is doing differently defensively, but we can't like get anything going all of a sudden. Yeah, we'll sub engage for now, obviously. Other side of the 2-minute timeout now. 3rd and 9. We're going to throw it to Bobo, who fights ahead and gets the 1st down. Great effort from the freshman. Hand off to Bobo. Gets inside the 5 to the 4. They're not calling their timeouts, but I can't just like take a knee because it's not going to run all the way down. Bobo gets the carry, is fighting ahead and is stonewalled at the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal. Bobo gets the carry and gets the touchdown. Taj Bobo finally punches it in. Is that his first collegiate touchdown? It's either his first or like his second. He hasn't played much for us outside of like garbage time minutes. So nice to see that from him. Punches it in. It doesn't obviously mean anything. It's outside of just extending our lead out further to a 28-point lead as we lead 38-10 with 28 seconds left. Derek Simmons was dropped into coverage for some reason, and he makes that tackle. And Utah's opting just let the clock run. That is going to do it Freeport Tech with a huge win at home over a Utah team that, as I said, is just kind of struggling this season. Kind of like BYU. It's not too surprising. The margin of victory was what it was. Although I will give Utah some credit. In the second half, their defense turned it up another notch somehow. I'm not really sure what happened there, but our run game quit working, and we just couldn't really move the ball that much. So I guess credit to them. They kept fighting to the very end, but we end up with the win today in a big visit week as well. So the fact that we beat them 38-10 actually is probably even better for the guys that are visiting. Let's take a look at the stats. Haas Haney, 9 of 14 through the air for 123 yards, 2 touchdowns, and of course the 1 interception, which was 100% my fault. Did not see that guy sitting in the middle of no man's land. It's like he knew that ball was going right there. That was kind of insane. Rushing. Christian Clark, our leading rusher, had 10 carries for 88 and a touchdown. Of course, got the scoring started with an incredible run on our first drive. Duke Clark had 4 carries for 54 and a touchdown of his own. Punched in close to the goal line. Haas Haney, 7 rushes for 48 yards. That obviously includes the sack, so his rushing was actually a little better than that, given he got sacked at least once, maybe twice. Taj Bobo, 5 for 11 and a touchdown. Was inefficient, but did end up punching it in for a touchdown. And then Tyler, I can never remember this guy's first name. Tyler Graves came in because of Christian Clark taking a breather, and he had a carry for 2 yards. I'm a little concerned about the health of our running back room all of a sudden. Duke Clark didn't come back after the injury, so I guess that's something we'll have to monitor. And Christian Clark subbed himself out a lot. Now, part of that was he had to play more because Duke Clark got hurt, so maybe that's just part of it. But a concerning thing that happened in this game, for sure. Jelani Watkins, our leading receiver, had a 50-yard touchdown bomb from Haney. Just, you can't stop the guy in man-to-man coverage. He's unreal. Opisave had 3 for 31. Tristan Glass had 3 for 24 and a touchdown. Taj Boba had a 10-yarder on a third down conversion. Chester Elias had an 8-yard catch. And Ashton Bethel-Roman had 1 drop. I believe that was on a third down as well. So bummer from him. He was the hero last week with the game-winning touchdown against Florida. So it's too bad that he didn't do much through the air this week. Kevin Haywood did some work. Jeez, oh Pete. 6 pancakes. Dante Korn had 4 pancakes and did give up a sack. Evan Parker with 4 pancakes. Sean Herman with 3. Tim Whiteheart with 3. And Eric LeCount, the tight end, with a pancake. How about that? Putting in work on the blocking game. Oh my gosh, Xavier Kennedy had 13 tackles in this game. That's insane. Followed by Taj Carrion. So the linebackers putting in work today. Addison, Corner, Freeney, and Shemwell all with 5 apiece. TFL's Viliami Queen had 2 of them. He's been really flashing this season, especially for a true freshman. I mean, I still can't get over how good he is already. Corbin Ostergaard had 1. Kennedy, Freeney, Derek Simmons, Carrion, Chris Foreman, and Emmett Corner all had 1 apiece as well. Quite a few sacks as well. Emmett Corner had 1, Viliami Queen had 1, and then Chris Foreman and Xavier Kennedy split that 1 as well. So we did get after the quarterback today, which was nice. Paul Freeney, of course, had the interception in the end zone. A huge play at that point in the game. We were only up 10-0, and we had just thrown an interception to Utah to give them great starting field position, and Freeney made a huge play on third down, intercepting it in the end zone. Just, what a player, man. He's so dang good. A lot of deflections as well. Ray Pepper had 1, Freeney had 1, Derek Simmons had 1 somehow, and Xavier Kennedy had 1 as well. So nice to see that as well, because there's been some games we just don't defend passes at all. So shout out to these guys for doing it this week. It's always nice to see numbers in the pass deflection column that aren't 0. So yeah, defensively played great. I mean, it was a little frustrating at times in the on that last drive of the first half, and then the kind of the early second half as well. But overall, the defense played very, very well today. Oh my gosh, we leveled up again. We got a ton of XP for that game. Staying on track, the Marlins moved to 4-0 in conference after a win over Utah. Yeah, and as you can see, they are 0-4 in conference this week. So Utah just having a rough year, unfortunately, for them. I guess since we got the coaching upgrade, let's see what we want to do with that. We've been kind of working on this tactician tree a little bit so we could boost our passing game a little more. We could improve the D-line, linebackers, pursuit, play rec, juke and spin upgrades for the receivers and tight ends. And then, or we could improve the blocking as well. We haven't done much in the secondary improvement, but the good upgrades don't come until, like, you know, catch and jumping, I guess, aren't terrible boost, but spin, juke, and ball carrier vision, that doesn't really do much for me, unless outside of, like, interception returns and stuff like that. So I don't know if we really want to prioritize that one right now. We could do pass block and run block for running backs. That may not be a bad idea. I'm also a sucker for the O-line. Let's do this. Let's boost the run blocking and lead blocking for the O-linemen. Always love to see the front five put in some serious punishment when it comes to run blocking. So we'll do that, and we will sim on ahead to next week and see what recruiting has in store for us. Obviously, it was a big visit week. Let's see if we capitalized on it. Ooh, we do get one commitment, and it's John Merrill, the 5-star free safety from Arlington, Texas. Incredible land. A guy that has been one of our top targets all year. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. So excited for that. That is the only commitment that we got, which is, I'm not going to lie, a little bit surprising. I thought we were going to get maybe 2 of them because Fedorowicz and Ruiz were both very close to committing. So let's see where we're at. So we're in a recruiting battle with Texas for Fedorowicz. I don't know when their visit is, and I also don't know how much. I think they're getting more influence every week than we are, so that one might get dicey. And then Ruiz, we passed Oklahoma back up again, and we're in a recruiting battle with them. So those races aren't over yet. And William Byer, we jumped out to a pretty significant lead over Pitt and Kentucky as he cuts down to his top 3. That race is looking good. It looks like we may have guessed correctly on his hard self. We got that much of a boost in one go, so that's awesome. Josh Fuentes, a receiver, we're not really prioritizing, but he's reached his top 8. I don't know, since Arkansas and TCU are now kind of trying for him, I don't know if we'll be able to catch them or not. So may have to look elsewhere if we want another receiver. Connor Hopper reached his top 8. That's sick. That's what I want to see. No other scholarships offered to him, since we're kind of late to the party on him to begin with. And then Devontae Arma has also reached his top 8. A lot of other schools getting involved now. Arkansas, West Virginia offering him scholarships. Obviously, NC State still hot on our tail. That's going to be a tough one for sure. And then Joseph Washington committed to Oregon. I should have taken him off my board. I kind of forgot to. We knew that was coming. Up to number 2 in the country now with a blowout win over Utah. How about that, man? We are just climbing the ranks. We are for real. This Freeport Tech team is an absolute force to be reckoned with right now. And we've got another struggling Big 12 team on our schedule. Man, our Big 12 schedule has been weak so far. I mean, Texas Tech wasn't bad, I guess, and I don't remember. I think both Texas Tech and Houston had already lost conference games when we played them. So our conference schedule has certainly been a benefit so far this season for us, as West Virginia's 2-5. But it's a road game, so I'm not about to, write that in as a win already. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how we match up. But we're up to number 2 in the country, which is nuts. And that is going to do it for us this week. Another nice win, blowout win over a struggling Utah team, and a 5-star safety committed, which is just so freaking exciting. I can't wait for Merrill to get on the field here. And hopefully we can land those other guys as well, as their races are getting pretty congested with 2 recruiting battles and then the 5-star strong safety buyer. It's still not indicating one thing or another yet. So we'll see how those go as well. But again, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Love and appreciate every one of you. And I'll see all y'all in my next episode. Later, y'all.